Imagine stepping into a Roman city at the peak of summer. The sun blazes down from a cloudless Mediterranean sky, pressing against marble walls and tiled roofs until they radiate heat like glowing embers. The streets shimmer, as though the very stones are breathing waves of fire back into the air. The air itself feels heavy, thick, almost unwilling to move, and every breath carries the warmth of the season. Dust drifts lazily above the busy roadways, stirred up by sandals, wagon wheels, and the restless feet of a city that refuses to stop. Despite this relentless heat, life continues with a rhythm as steady as the beating of a heart. Children laugh and dart through shaded courtyards, their sandals slapping against mosaicked floors. Merchants raise their voices in the crowded marketplace, calling out the price of olives, bread, and fish. Their faces slick with sweat, but their energy undiminished. Citizens in flowing togas stroll through colonnaded streets, pausing beneath the shadow of towering arches or ducking under awnings stretched between buildings to shield themselves from the punishing glare. The city is alive, vibrant, noisy, enduring, but hidden beneath this hum of daily life is a quiet question. How did the Romans manage? How did they survive the suffocating heat of summer? Centuries before air conditioning, electric fans, or even iced drinks could offer relief. The answer lies not in one secret, but in many woven into the very fabric of Roman life. Ingenious architecture, flowing water, and clever customs all came together to turn unbearable summers into seasons that could be endured, even enjoyed. They built sprawling public baths where cool stone halls and refreshing pools revived tired bodies. They carved magnificent aqueducts across miles of countryside to deliver streams of clear water, feeding fountains that sang in every square and courtyard. They designed shaded gardens, cloisters, and porticos, offering islands of cool refuge in the blazing city. Even in their daily habits, from their meals to their clothing, they learned to live with the rhythm of the sun, not against it. In this video, we'll wander into this world of adaptation and invention. We'll hear the trickle of fountains echo through courtyards, feel the relief of cool marble, and watch how Romans turned even the fiercest summer into a time of leisure, beauty, and resilience. This isn't just a story about heat hits, a story of survival, ingenuity, and the timeless human search for comfort. So, let's step back into their world and uncover how the Romans endured, and even thrived, under the blazing Mediterranean sun. Imagine stepping into a Roman city on a blistering summer day. The Mediterranean sun is relentless, beating down on marble columns and terracotta roofs. The air is heavy. The streets shimmer with heat. How do people survive this? Long before air conditioning or even electric fans. The answer is brilliant, and it's written in the very stones around them. Roman city planners were masters of urban cooling. Many streets were deliberately built, narrow, with tall buildings leaning in to cast long, cool shadows. By midday, these weren't just roads. They were shaded corridors, offering relief from the scorching sun. The buildings themselves were another line of defense. Their thick stone and brick walls were incredible insulators, absorbing the day's heat slowly and releasing it at night. This meant stepping inside a Roman home felt like entering a different climate, noticeably cooler than the baking streets outside. Windows were often small and placed high up, not to let light in, but to keep the blinding sun out. For the wealthy, cooling was an art form. The classic Roman townhouse, or domus, was often built around an atrium and open courtyard with a pool called an imp. This wasn't just for decoration. The water cooled the air as it evaporated, and any breeze drifting through the open roof would be carried into the surrounding rooms. It was a natural, elegant air conditioning system. The grand country villas took this even further, with expansive courtyards, lush gardens, and the constant, soothing sound of fountains and running water, all designed to create a personal microclimate of comfort. This genius wasn't just for private homes. Public buildings were designed with the same principles. The massive basilicas, used for law and business, had incredibly high ceilings. Since heat rises, this design acted like a chimney, drawing warmth up and away from the people below. Even the mighty Colosseum had a trick up its sleeve. On hot days, a team of sailors would unfurl a gigantic canvas awning called a velarium, shading tens of thousands of spectators from the sun. Of course, we have to talk about the aqueducts. These engineering marvels brought a constant flow of fresh, cool water from the mountains right into the heart of the city. This water fed public fountains at crossroads, bubbled in marketplaces, and supplied the legendary Roman baths. While we often think of the hot steam rooms, the baths also featured massive cold water pools, called for. A plunge into one of these on a sweltering afternoon was the ultimate way to beat the heat. From the layout of the streets to the design of their homes and public spaces, the Romans engineered their world to fight the summer sun. It was a combination of smart design, an understanding of natural airflow, and the clever use of water. Their architecture wasn't just for show, it was a sophisticated survival strategy, a testament to a civilization that turned stone and water into a powerful shield against the heat. Their legacy isn't just in ruins, it's in the timeless principles of design that still inspire architects today. Have you ever felt that blistering summer heat? The kind that makes the very air shimmer? Now, imagine that in ancient Rome, a city of 1 million people, baked under the relentless Mediterranean sun. How did they not only survive, but thrive? The answer wasn't just about finding shade. It was an engineering marvel that reshaped a civilization. The secret was water. Not just any water, but cool, fresh water summoned from distant mountains. The Romans became masters of hydrology, building the legendary aqueducts. These weren't just simple channels. They were architectural masterpieces. Ribbons of stone stretching for miles, crossing valleys on breathtaking arched bridges and tunneling through solid rock. Their precision was incredible, with a gradient sometimes less than a meter per kilometer. They harnessed gravity to guide rivers across the landscape. Think about that. They were building structures so accurate that modern engineers still study them in awe. Far away in the mountains, Roman engineers would capture pristine springs. The water would begin its long journey, often underground, to protect it from contamination and enemies. Then, as it neared the city, the aqueduct would rise. Soaring on those iconic arches, we still see today silent monuments to an empire that could command rivers to fly. When this water finally arrived in Rome, it wasn't just hoarded by the rich. The Romans believed water was a public right. It spilled into the heart of every neighborhood through countless public fountains. Imagine living in a cramped, sun-baked apartment block. You'd step outside with a clay jug, walk down the bustling street, and arrive at an oasis. There, cool, clean water, straight from the mountains, gushed into a sculpted basin. These fountains were the social hubs of the city. Neighbors gathered to fill their jars, share news, and find a moment of relief. The constant sound of flowing water became the city's soundtrack, a gentle melody that softened the noise and chaos of urban life. For the poor, these fountains were a lifeline. For the wealthy, they brought unimaginable luxury. Private gardens, indoor plumbing, and even rooms cooled by channels of running water. At its peak, Rome had 11 major aqueducts, delivering millions of gallons of water daily. This vast supply fed not only homes and fountains, but also the grand public baths, lush gardens, and even artificial lakes from mock naval battles. Water was everywhere, flowing through the city like its very lifeblood. The aqueducts were also a profound symbol of Roman power. To see one marching across the land was to witness a civilization that could bend nature to its will. They were a declaration that no obstacle, not mountains, not valleys, not distance, could stop Rome. Water became more than survival. It became a part of Roman identity. So, when you think of how the Romans conquered the world, remember this. They also conquered the summer heat. They built rivers in stone and filled their city with the music of flowing water, turning survival into an art form. The next time you see a fountain, take a moment, listen to its gentle sound, and remember a civilization that understood its power to bring not just refreshment, but life, community, and beauty to the world. Imagine the Roman world settling into the golden hush of a summer evening. The sun lingers on the horizon, softening its glare after a day of relentless heat. The streets of the city have grown quieter now. Merchants have closed their stalls, children are slipping into courtyards, and the faint clatter of sandals on stone fades into the distance. And here, in the gentle glow of twilight, you walk slowly toward one of the greatest refuges the Romans ever created, the bathhouse. The bathhouse was more than stone and water. It was a sanctuary, a place where the body could cool, the mind could rest, and the spirit could find calm. Step with me now, carefully and slowly, into this ancient world. Let the noise of today drift away and sink into a rhythm as steady as flowing water. The doorway is tall and shaded. As you cross its threshold, a cool breeze greets you, carrying with it the faint scent of damp stone and olive oil. The air is different here, almost alive with moisture, soft against your skin after the heavy, dry heat outside. Your footsteps echo gently in the entrance hall. You hear others, two low voices speaking softly, laughter carried like a ripple, but nothing loud, nothing sharp. The bathhouse holds a kind of reverence, a shared understanding that this is a place of relief. Your sandals touch smooth marble floors, polished by countless feet before yours. The stone feels cool beneath you, grounding, steady. The walls rise high, arching overhead in graceful curves. Even the architecture seems designed to soothe, vast spaces where sound drifts, without ever becoming harsh. Light that filters in from high windows, soft and golden. You breathe in, slowly. The air tastes faintly of mineral water, of clean earth, of time itself. The bathhouse is arranged like a journey, each room leading to another, each step taking you deeper into its embrace. You begin in the appedatorium, the changing hall. Niches line the walls, carved for belongings. The room is spacious, filled with gentle conversation, but no one seems hurried. People speak in murmurs, exchanging greetings, untying sandals, folding garments. There is an ease to it all, a sense that within these walls, the rush of the world cannot intrude. From here, you move forward. The path leads you first to the tepidarium, to warm room. The moment you step inside, a tender warmth wraps around you, not the harsh heat of the sun outside, but a soft, embracing glow. The air here is humid, carrying a fine mist that clings to your skin in delicate beads. The walls glisten faintly in the lamplight. It is neither too hot nor too cool. It is balance, a preparation, a way for the body to loosen after the day's strain. When you are ready, you rise and move toward the caldarium, our chamber. The door opens and heat greets you, gentle but powerful. The caldarium is a space of steam and shadow, where the air shimmers faintly and droplets slide lazily down the stone walls. You pause to breathe. The steam carries the scent of herbs, perhaps rosemary or thyme tossed into the water to ease the lungs. Your chest expands. Easily, your breath feels deeper. The warmth seeps into your muscles, unwinding tension you didn't know you carried. Here, the day's heaviness dissolves, melting into the air around you. But this is not the final stop. Beyond this chamber lies the greatest treasure of all, the frigidarium. Take hold, room. Step slowly now, leaving behind the misty warmth. The air changes as you enter. It is cooler, clearer, almost crisp. Your skin tingles at the sudden shift, as though waking up again after a long dream. Before you stretches a great pool of clear, cold water. The surface reflects lamplight like liquid glass, calm and still. You kneel at the water's edge. For an instant, your reflection gazes back home serene, softened by the wavering light. Then, slowly, you let yourself slip into the pool. The water embraces you with a cool shock at first, but then it settles, wrapping you not in discomfort, but in clarity. Every sense sharpens. Your muscles sigh with relief. Your body lightens. Your mind clears. You float for a moment, weightless. The ceiling arches high above you, and you watch the patterns of water shimmer faintly on its stone. It feels timeless. When you emerge, your body feels renewed, as if every muscle has been unknotted. You sit again on a stone bench, letting the cool air dry your skin slowly. A servant passes, with a jug of water, offering you a drink. It is fresh, cool, drawn from the aqueducts that carried life into the city. Around you, others sit as well. Some talk quietly, others simply rest, eyes closed, breathing evenly. Each visit washes away more than sweat. It washes away fatigue, worry, noise. It leaves behind only calm. As you leave the bathhouse, night has fully descended on the city. The air outside feels gentler now, as if softened by the water you carry within you. The stars spread overhead, calm and endless, but inside you, the memory of the frigidarium lingers, the coolness, the calm, the clarity. You carry it with you as you walk slowly home, and as you rest tonight, imagine once more the steady rhythm of Roman waters. Breathe slowly, as the Romans once did. Let each breath draw you deeper into calm. Let each heartbeat echo like gentle ripples on water. And as you drift further into rest, remember, even in the hottest summers, they found ways to cool, not just their bodies, but their souls. Step gently away from the echoing pools of the bathhouse, and imagine walking into the quieter, serene heart of a Roman home. The streets outside have dimmed under the soft summer sky, and here, behind high walls, lies a hidden world of shade and calm. The sun still shines above, but in these courtyards, it is softened, tamed by greenery, stone, and flowing water. Roman homes were designed to provide relief from the summer heat, not only through baths, but also through thoughtful architecture. As you approach, notice the courtyard opening before you. It is modest in some homes, vast and intricate in others, but always a sanctuary. Trees rise tall, their leaves forming natural roofs. Vines climb along pergolas and trellises, casting cool shadows that dance slowly as the sun moves. You step into this calm space. The first thing you notice is the soft rustle of leaves, stirred by a gentle breeze that has wandered through open windows and along stone pathways. The air carries the scent of flowers, herbs, and freshly watered soil. It is sweet, but never overpowering, comforting and alive. Your eyes follow the patterns of sunlight as it filters through the foliage, forming delicate, moving mosaics on the stone floor. Many courtyards, even in modest homes, include small pools or fountains. Here, the water is still or trickling softly, producing a quiet, gently murmur. You approach one and kneel slightly to touch the surface. The cool water refreshes your fingers, and its sound spreads softly, carrying a calm that seems to reach into every corner. These pools were not only practical, but deeply soothing. In the midst of the summer heat, the water cools the surrounding air, sending tiny ripples of freshness outward. Sometimes, small channels connect the pools, guiding water through the courtyard in a carefully choreographed flow that softens the stone and air alike. Notice the pergolas overhead. Thick vines with vibrant green leaves twist and weave through the wooden lattice, forming a canopy that filters the sunlight. As the light passes through, it creates patterns of shadow and shade on the floor, walls, and water below. Here, Romans could escape the direct sun. They might recline on benches beneath these pergolas, reading scrolls, conversing quietly, or simply breathing the softened air. Sometimes, aromatic herbs like lavender or rosemary grow nearby, releasing subtle fragrances when brushed by the wind. Even without moving, the courtyard offers relief, a natural haven that transforms summer heat into gentle warmth. Some courtyards boast taller trees, carefully planted to provide a continuous canopy. Imagine sitting beneath the spreading branches of an olive tree, the sun warming the leaves above, while you sit in cool shadow. Birds might sing softly from hidden perches, adding a gentle melody to the rustle of leaves. The ground beneath is often paved with smooth stones, cool even in the afternoon sun. Movement through the courtyard becomes a meditative rhythm, step after step, shade after shade. The summer heat retreats, and the body begins to feel lighter, the mind slower, the breathing deeper. In the quiet of the Roman courtyard, life continues at its own calm pace. A servant might bring a small jug of fresh water from the fountain. Families might gather here during the hottest part of the day, taking meals or resting together. Children play softly near the water, their laughter subdued by the gentle hush of the courtyard. Adults speak in whispers, their voices blending with the soft murmur of water and wind. Close your eyes for a moment in your imagination. Hear the whisper of water, the gentle swish of leaves above, the distant hum of the city softened by walls. Smell the faint fragrance of flowers and herbs. Feel the air brushing your skin, carrying cool hints from the fountains. Every sense participates in the courtyard's gentle rhythm, lulling your body into relaxation as you walk slowly toward the far side of the courtyard. The shadows lengthen. The fountains continue to murmur. The leaves continue to sway. And the air feels lighter with each breath. You find a shaded bench beneath a pergola and sit, allowing your body to sink into calm. Think of the cool air brushing your face, the quiet sound of flowing water, the gentle shadows playing on stone and leaves. Breathe slowly, in and out, in and out. With each breath, feel the intensity of summer melt away, replaced by calm, gently relief. This courtyard is a place of pause, a place to recover, where the Romans mastered the art of living well. As you rest in your mind here, you carry this peace with you, ready to drift further into calm, into quiet, into sleep. The courtyard grows quieter now, the sun lower, the shadows long and soft. Every leaf, every ripple of water, every gentle sound invites stillness, and you are part of it, calm/safe, and ready to let the warmth of history lull you gently into rest. When the afternoon sun climbs high and the marble streets shimmer, the Romans turn inward, following the natural rhythm of summer. Let's step softly into the quiet corners of the city, where the murmur of fountains and the whisper of leaves mark the passing of the day. Here, life slows down. This is when Romans pause, embracing rest, nourishment, and subtle pleasures, all crafted to endure the Mediterranean sun. As the sun reaches its peak, bathing the city in gold, most Romans don't wander aimlessly. They follow an instinct older than any law. The heat is a signal to pause. Merchants lower their shutters, stalls close, and the marketplace grows hushed. Families retreat to shaded courtyards, cool rooms, or beside fountains where water flows gently, creating soft ripples. This early form of the siesta is a ritual of preservation. Children rest beneath pergolas, while adults recline on benches, eyes closed, letting their minds drift with the slow rhythm of air moving over stone. With rest comes nourishment. Summer meals are light, meant to refresh. Imagine a Roman table in a quiet courtyard. A platter of fresh figs, grapes, and cherries glistens in the sunlight. Olives sit in small bowls, alongside bread dipped in fragrant olive oil. Cool cucumbers, tender lettuce, and crisp beans provide balance. The meals are simple, easy to digest, lifting energy without adding heat. For those who could afford it, small pieces of cheese or fish might accompany the fruit. Nothing is heavy. Each bite refreshes, hydrating the body subtly. Water is never far away, but Romans often favored a gentle mixture of water and wine, diluted just enough to revive without overwhelming. This cool, lightly spiced drink could be infused with herbs like mint, rosemary, or lavender, offering both taste and a subtle aroma. Each sip carries a soft chill, a reminder that the body, too, is cared for and protected against fatigue. Every part of Roman life adapted to the sun. Linen tunics, light and airy, drape loosely. Togas are arranged to let air flow freely. Sandals are open, letting the feet breathe. Even the wealthy chose fabrics and cuts that promote comfort. This thoughtfulness is part of a larger rhythm, understanding the body, the heat, and the slow flow of summer. Work was scheduled to avoid the peak heat. Bakers rose before dawn. Merchants retreated in the midday, returning when the light softened. The heat is respected, not fought. It's a force to harmonize with. As evening approaches, the sun lowers and shadows stretch. Romans gather again, enjoying fruit or diluted wine. Conversations are slow, voices low, blending with the murmur of fountains. Every aspect of Roman summer life works in unison, harmony of body, mind, and environment. The heat isn't an enemy, but a companion, shaping routines, spaces, and habits. As you imagine yourself here, in the quiet shade, tasting fruit and hearing water ripple, the city hums softly. The air is scented with herbs, the stone beneath you is cool, and the sun, soft by architecture, warms without burning. Breathe deeply. Feel the summer heat fade into gentle warmth. Your muscles soften, your mind drift. Let the slow, Thoughtful habits of the Romans carry you into a restful state. Drift calmly, knowing that even in the heat of summer, there is always a place of gentle comfort and quiet relief.